Okay, so open networking attributes and benefits. So most of you guys are going to know this stuff. So on the attribute side, we've open hardware. So we've white box, bare metal, and bright box. Bare metal is our bare metal box, and it has a bootloader called Oni on it, which allows us to put the NOSes on. We then have white box, which is a bare metal switch with an operating system on it. And then we have bright box, which is basically a bare metal switch with a different label on it. So that would be HP and Dell and companies like that. We have our open software. So we have open source and we have commercial. So Pluribus would be a commercial software offering. And then we have software controlled infrastructure, SDN, network function virtualization, automation, analytics, and so on. And that's more about what we're going to talk about today when we look at the adaptive cloud fabric. So the benefits, so the main benefit, first benefit, I should say, is disaggregation. So removing vendor lock-in is important. Now we have a choice of the software and we have a choice of which hardware we put it on. We've greater control over our network infrastructure using SDN. So by the separation of the control and data planes, we can control our infrastructure much better. Rapid innovation through an ever-growing community, and that's kind of twofold. So that's people who have implemented open networking in their data center, and then also the kind of organizations that run open networking. So we have the Linux Foundation, the OCP, look after the hardware side. We have the ONF, the Open Networking Foundation, and we have the Telecom Infra Project. And both of them are kind of looking at the carrier and telco markets. Reduce CapEx and OpEx. So CapEx, obviously on bare metal, we're going to reduce our capital expenditure. And then when we move into the SDN side of things, we'll see how our operational expenditure will decrease. So the physical side of things, so merchant silicon is very important to bare metal. This is our switching ASIC, and we have Broadcom, Marvell, Mellanox, Cavium, and Tofino. Broadcom with the highest market share at somewhere between 76 and 90%. So anyway, a monster in the merchant silicon world. Multiple bare metal vendors. So we have EdgeCore Networks, Quanta, Delta, UfiSpace, Celestica, and these companies are primarily out of Taiwan. EdgeCore Networks is the leader in the bare metal switching world. The main switch has been sold today for data centers. We've 10, 25, and 100 gig. 40 gig was kind of skipped a little bit. People seem to move straight to 100 gig. So Trident 2 and 3 for our leaf switches, and then Tomahawk 2 and 3 for our spine and super spines. And they are Broadcom merchant silicon. We've moved into the telecom space since 2016. So there's two organizations there. So the ONF, the Open Networking Foundation, started a project called CORD, which is Central Office Re-architected as a Data Center. And then the Telecom Infra project again started in 2016. So there's three different project groups. They have one for access, so it's your RAN, then backhaul, which is from your cell tower back to your data center, and then core and services. So between the two of them, they have a bunch of projects that have reference designs and actually are in production networks now. SIBA, software-enabled broadband access. I think Turk Telekom and Deutsche Telekom have implemented that. Trellis is spine and leaf, so like a fabric within the central office. Comcast have that in their production network. And then we have OOPT, which is the Open Optical and Packet Transport, similar to ODTN that the ONF run. And that's the white box Cassini transponder from EdgeCore for backhaul. And that's actually implemented in a bunch of different networks. Again, Broadcom are kind of big in this space as well. So the chips I mentioned, Trident 2 and 3 and Tomahawk 2 and 3 are from the XGS chipset, but they released the DNX chipset, which some of them are called Qumran AX, Qumran MX, Jericho and Jericho 2, and Ramon, and they've been very successful in that telecom space.